về khám cha nơi về bật lục tôi bật lâm nơi ngày phía mua lịch cô gì làm sao cháy đấy mình chờ là về bật lục á anh đang về là dương cho nó bơi mình buổi đầm bò nó chẳng bạc cá nó đầm mấy cầm oi chừng người con tránh chlong dương từ top scat nó mình cầm oi mua lịch cô khám dương từ coi lên coi ấy đó về ngày về chụp về bật lục về ấy đó dương cà pia na dương cà pia với cầm ơi mua kham đây sầm kham mà phốt dương sầm rạ được đông mông chỉ lỗ thằng làm về chụp
Now we are in Trang Health Center to conduct the village malaria worker that they have participated among 29 people and 7 are men and 22 are women. So the topic that we provide to them is to diagnose and early and appropriate treatment to the malaria risk population who are crossing the Cambodia-Thailand border.
Now we are in Sampalung district where CAP Malaria project have trained 174 VMWs, and those VMW play very important roles to provide health education within the at-risk village and also provide blood tests and treatment to these workers. And when the worker tests with the positive malaria, the VMW also are able to follow up the patient to make sure that the patient complete the treatment course.
Malaria is a serious problem in Myanmar, but over the past several years, I believe the government and the partners, including WHO, international NGOs, and the local NGOs, and of course the National Malaria Control Program of the government, had done a lot in really reducing the burden of malaria in the country.
CAP Malaria's Control and Prevention of Malaria in Myanmar. It is a regional initiative. We are working together with Cambodia and Thailand. And our aim is to reduce the malaria morbidity and mortality, and also to prevent the control of drug-resistant malaria, especially in the Greater Mekong sub-region area.
PMI reaches to the target community through the CAP Malaria project. The CAP Malaria project has in fact trained more than 1,000 village volunteers, and we are expecting to scale up the village volunteer network. Volunteers are the representative of the village. They are based in the target villages. They can speak language, the local language, so they can convey the appropriate messages to the community, as well as they can provide the quality diagnosis and the appropriate treatment. They can follow up the patient, whether or not the patient are taking the appropriate treatment, and the volunteer can transfer the patient to the health center if required. So the volunteer are the frontliner. They are the best person to help strengthen the malaria prevention and control effort, and even to the malaria elimination in the country.
We can't change the mosquito. They're the vectors. They transmit malaria. They carry parasites. The last few years ago, we experienced malaria eradication campaigns, but we discovered they didn't work. So by addressing the knowledge gap on this, ensuring that everyone understands the relationship between the vector and the disease, we will make sure in progress to malaria elimination, as people will take more and more responsibility to take action to prevent the disease.
Even we eliminate Plasmodium resistant in Cambodia, but we are not sure that it will sustain if other country cannot eliminate, because now people can move more easily than the past from country in the region, especially in ASEAN. When we move to ASEAN community.
In the past, malaria is a big problem for Thailand, and now is a decreased rate, and I have a big problem for me, for difficult to eliminate, and have in opposite is a challenge for me to set program and to take activity for eliminate malaria in Thailand. I think it either 2 or 3 years in the future have I achieve for the strategic goal for the take activity for the eliminate malaria.
In Laos, malaria can be eliminated, especially in the northern part of Laos. But if we want to eliminate of malaria in the northern part of Laos, we need a lot of the cooperation and coordination with the other ministry, could not rely on the Ministry of Health alone. And also really need technical assistance from the WHO, and also the really need with the other donor to support in terms of budget and material.
I think malaria is really a difficult disease to address. We have to sustain the interventions, otherwise the disease will come back with a vengeance. And we have learned a lot from that in several countries, or even in some countries where we have almost reduced it to a very low level.
The spectre of returning to a world with expanding malaria as it was in the 70s, and hundreds of thousands and then millions of people, largely children in Africa, dying from a disease that today is readily treatable, surely that demands an enormous response.
It should be unacceptable that someone at risk for dying from a disease like malaria, and again, the nice thing about malaria, it's easily diagnosable, easily treatable. The bad thing about it is if that's not done fairly quickly, there's a high risk of dying from that. And we can't afford to have people continue to spend a large part of their own income in sometimes showing up in health facilities where there still are no drugs and diagnostics in many countries. We need to do better than that.